Hey, welcome back. So I wanted to discuss about OpenAI's bounty program. Of late, OpenAI has been in the news where chat window titles and some threaded chat history got hacked, and they had to shut down the application for a day, and then they had to fix some bug fixes and then make it bring it online again. So to ensure that this mechanism is robust, OpenAI has launched something called the Bug Bounty Program. So, if you want to know what is a bug bounty program at a higher level, it is nothing but a treasure hunt where everybody can participate and win prizes. So, basically, if you assume any website and you know the infrastructure that's included there, rules would be defined, whereas hack the links, no DDoS, or in this OpenAI case, there are set of rules where they have mentioned models are excluded from the purpose of this, and for rewards, there would be listed tiers of the rewards in case of OpenAI. We will look at it in detail, and once you find a bug, so you find a report screenshot and steps to reproduce that, and reward is predefined for it. So the idea of bug bounty program which OpenAI has launched is part of its commitment to make develop safe and advanced AI as they create technology and services that are secure, reliable, and trustworthy. It would be expensive for them to hire testers to test all the features, or there are some times where everything you for large internet applications you can't test every feature because you won't know of all the use cases customers might use it for. They are your best judge. So that's why bug bounty is introduced here. And to participate in it, if you click on this link, so you would see this page. Let me show you that here. Okay, so this was launched probably 2-3 days back, and the range of the rewards range from $200 to $6,500 per vulnerability, and each person can get a maximum of $20,000. That's the upper bound for if you find if you basically probably find three vulnerabilities of 6,500, then you have hit 19,500. So you can get a maximum of $500 more. So that's the limit here. And whenever so you can go to researchers sign up, create an account, and post that you should be able to go through. So Bugcrowd is a platform for variety of stuff. I won't get into that, but these are the stuff they basically support, and I'll attach the link to this URL which takes you here. And the turnaround time for them deciding if what the report you filed and the steps to reproduce it, is it serious enough or not, that does it qualify or not, is roughly about 14 hours. And till now 75% of what was submitted has been accepted by them or rejected, and $694.73 has been the average payout. And if you go to CrowdStream, you can actually see the level that was filed here. And if you want to cross validate what has been filed or not, in the disclosed reports they're going to make it public. I don't see anything yet being made public yet. And you can also see the persons who have done the submissions here and how much score they have got. So that's what I wanted to show to you. And coming back to the program as a whole, so provide safe harbor protection for vulnerability research conducted according to the guideline, cooperate with understanding and validating your report, ensuring a prompt initial response to your submission, and remediate validated vulnerabilities in a timely manner, acknowledge and credit your contribution by improving the security. If you are the first to report a unique vulnerability that leads to a code or a configuration change, and rules of the engagement is written here. So basically you are authorized to perform testing in compliance with this policy, follow this policy for other reliant agreements. In case of inconsistency, promptly report discovered vulnerabilities, Refrain from violating the policy. Use OpenAI bug crowd program for vulnerability related communication. Keep vulnerability detail confidential until authorized by OpenAI security team, which is done within 90 days of report generation. Test only in scope systems and respect out of scope systems. Do not access or modify data belonging to others, including confidential AI data. If vulnerability exposes such data, stop testing, submit a report, and delete all the copies of the information. Interact only when with your own accounts unless authorized by OpenAI. So disclose vulnerabilities to OpenAI must be unconditional. Do not engage in extortion, threats, or other tactics to elicit a response under duress. Deny safe harbor for any vulnerability disclosed conducted under such circumstances. And one more thing they're saying, do not read, do not stop, do not skim over. So basically anything to do with models or anything to do with some prompt the model should not be answering, and any malicious code the model generates, and any hallucinations that are listed here, if they happen, then you can go ahead and do it a model behavior feedback. I don't think this qualifies for the reward program. So if you want to just make sure OpenAI improves on their system, you can provide feedback. You won't be getting any reward for it. And the next one is stop, read this, and do not skim over it. And basically the scope of it is API targets, and the levels are listed here. So P1 gets $2,000 to $6,500, P2 gets $1,000 to $2,000, P3 gets $500 to $1,000, and P4 gets $200 to $500. So these are api.openai.com, and following services applications are in scope. Any API vulnerability and public cloud resources or infrastructure, which is basically Azure Data Blobs and Azure Virtual Machines. For ChatGPT is in scope, and including ChatGPT plus login subscriptions, OpenAI related plugin. So plugins you create yourself and all other functionality. And they have listed some examples here, what's within the scope here. And the tier is also listed here. So what's covered is listed here. And third party corporate targets. It could be Google Workspaces, Asana, Trello, Jira, Monday.com, Notion, Confluence, Evernote, Stripe, Airbase, ChatHop, Locker, Zendesk, HubSpot, Intercom. So any of this also qualifies under this program, and it's listed here. And OpenAI API key also gets qualified under this. There is also a research which websites and APIs operated by OpenAI research organization. So this also classifies under the category listed here. There are more areas that this is qualified for, and they've also mentioned the stuff out of scope for this, which won't be covered in this. And after this, one more thing I wanted to provide you, I will also be providing a link, is you can go to the Bug Bounty Hunter starter guide. So if you click on the starter guide, here are some list of tools you can use to actually start your project. So let's look at some tools. So you can play around with this. And whenever I file a bug report, I wanted to make a video on it. Since this explicitly says I'm not able to do it, we should not do it up to 90 days until OpenAI acknowledges it. I won't be covering that in this course. But what I will do is what tools I will be using to identify bug bounties. I will cover that in the follow-up videos if I find time. So that's all I wanted to mention here. I hope this helps, and thank you for joining.